Hello and welcome back to the channel for another Cup Final special. Today is the Europa League Final as we go into the game against Borussia Dortmund. We've finished the league on a high and now we need to take that into the Europa League Cup Final, and let's hopefully secure Champions League football through that, although we've already done it in the league. And before we get into the episode, as always, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and let's get into this final. So before we get in, let's look at the run that we have had. Europa League Group C, we won that with comfortable ease. Atalanta we beat 5-0. We drew against Shamrock 0-0, beat Dynamo 3-0 and then 2-0, beat Shamrock 3-2 in what was a really topsy-turvy game in the second time we played them, beat Atalanta 5-1. We then moved on to the Europa League second knockout stages. We drew 2 with Sparta Prague. We went 2-0 up, made changes, and they came back into it. We did the job at home, 3-0 victory over them. Thomas Kozul 2 in 4 minutes and Wubashek Tunjo sealing it in the 71st minute to give us a 5-2 victory there. We then went to Standard Liège and got well and truly FM'd, 1-0 defeat there. But then on our home patch, absolutely smashed and put 6 past them, 6-1 victory. Federico Perilla getting 4 goals there. Federico Perilla then got a hat-trick in the semi-final against Shaktar, where we beat them 6-0 in the home leg before just really relaxing in the second leg, but still winning 4-3. Federico Perilla getting 2 goals there as well. So that leaves us with today's game against Dortmund. Dortmund's run to the final looks like this. They went through the Champions League, so they got knocked out of the Champions League by the look of it, went into the Europa League first knockout stage. They beat Dynamo Kiev 5-1 on aggregate, then they beat Rangers 4-1 on aggregate, beat Arsenal 2-1 on aggregate, and then beat Lazio 2-1 on aggregate. So they've had probably a more difficult run to the final than we have. However, they've just been sneaking through every single round, and hopefully that is something that we can use against them and really go and get a result. As for our previous results before today, we beat Bournemouth 4-0, Ryan Dunn with 2, Anthony Russell with 1, and Macaulay Jones, who was on his way out of the club, with the other. And Bauman and Perilla getting the goals against Southampton as we beat them 2-1. Perilla came off the bench in that game as well, might just say. We didn't risk him 4 days before the Europa League final. It means that the team looks like this. Actually, wait, before we go into the team, just show you the league table. We finished third, 80 points, 5 behind West Ham, 5 ahead of Man City, 11 in front of Arsenal. We have now secured Champions League football with that. So, job is done. Very happy. As for the rest of it, runners up in the Carabao Cup, as you saw a couple of episodes ago, knocked out in the third round by Chelsea, as we saw the episode before the cup final, and another cup final. So this has been a really, really good season. We haven't had any budgets yet. 3 million currently in the transfer budget. £2.5 million in the wage budget. I feel like that will change depending on if we win the league. But it's time to show you the team for this final. I lied. We did have budgets. I've just checked. I must have missed them. 2.5 million in wages, 3.6 million transfer budgets. Not enough. Hopefully they give us some more if we win this competition. But we've got to see. Obviously we're in a lot of debt. It's the season after next that we've got to be looking carefully at. Hopefully they'll give us some budgets after a season in the Champions League, especially if we make consecutive Champions Leagues. And the team for the final is pretty much what you'd expect, barring a few fitness issues. Wadsworth is in goal. Camilo Paez comes in at left back. McMillan is at right back. Brown and Brunig are the centre backs. Dubois is got a knock. Suarez is ineligible because he's already involved in the same match. That is bad planning on my part. Tulio sits in front of them. Tunjo and Hudson Enrique in the midfield. Kozul on the left. Rog on the right. Perilla is up front. And let's go. It is the Europa League final. Let's go and win a cup for the first time in the save. We've got a massive hoodoo against us at the moment. Let's go. And we are underway here in this final. We are playing in Istanbul at that stadium there, at the sports complex. As Paulo Bernardo into Lavia, out to Matika. Matika's through and Matika scores within 7 minutes, and that is not the start we needed. Nemanja Matika gets the goal. Borussia Dortmund 1, Aston Villa 0, and we really, really didn't need that start. It's poor. No one picks him up there. Camilo Paez, I think, is coming really narrow there. And no, it wasn't. McMillan, sorry, it was the right hand side. He came in really narrow, and Matika just had all the space outside of him. It's 1-0, and not a good start here. Not what we needed today, because it was going to be a tough game regardless without us conceding that early goal, and the header is over the bar there. Wadsworth, I think, had that covered, but Borussia Dortmund have started the better side by an absolute mile here, as we're going to drop a little bit of encouragement, so we need to try and get back into this game. We are pinned pretty deep in our own half here, but we know we can create chances. We've got a goal scorer with 40 plus goals this season. Can we get over the line? 10 minutes to go to half time. There's been nothing really happening apart from those early highlights. Just need a chance here, and it doesn't look like it's coming our way. Half time, it is 1-0. Oh, Bruni makes a mistake and Lavia dispossesses him, and Lavia now goes in field to Skip with the ball for Paulo Bernardo and heads it over, and that was a real chance there for them to go 2-0 up, and that probably would have sealed the game. And hopefully now we can sort of build something from the back as Brown into Paez now. We have not turned up in this final. That is the most disappointing part, as another mistake, and Pavia over the bar, and they've had plenty of chances here to seal this game. It's still 1-0. Ball over the top now. Lavia is in behind, and Wadsworth with a save, and McMillan can clear it away, and we haven't created anything. Absolutely nothing here. And what do we do? That is the question. There's 20 minutes to go. One chance. I know we can get back into this, but again, it's another game we just haven't created a single thing. And what a time for the boys just not to show up. Well, it happens again. An absolutely drab performance. We didn't have a single shot in a highlight. We lose 1-0. Pathetic performance. We lose in another final. We just cannot break this hoodoo. Borussia Dortmund 1, Aston Villa 0. Big things need to happen, because we need these players to have the mentality to go and win cup finals, which they are just not doing at the moment. Conceded early, conceded a lot of chances. Borussia Dortmund probably could have scored more than they did. It has finished 1-0. As we just look, and we get this. Everyone seems motivated, but that isn't really what we need from that. Send assist, and I'm not happy at all with that. Frustrated as anything. Conceded in the 7th minute, and we never looked like creating anything to get back into the game. We've received 2 million for that. Well, received about 6 million for that in total. And yeah, such a disappointing way to end the season, really. But we've secured Champions League football for next season. That is a plus. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below, and we will be back for the transfer window for another season where we try and go one better than what we've been doing in these past seasons.